Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you how to make panko crusted salmon, and it has tender flaky salmon fillets topped with a buttery, lemony, crispy panko breadcrumbs, and it's so delicious and it's really easy to whip up for a weeknight meal, and it's also fancy enough to serve to company. And I'm also going to show you guys our favorite side dish to serve with this recipe, which is roasted broccoli, and it's super easy. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to get started on our salmon. Here I have 1.5 pounds of salmon fillet. I got the barbecue cut, so it's already divided into 4 portions. And then I left the skin on, but you could definitely remove the skin if you want. And I'm just gonna give it a basic seasoning of some salt and pepper. And what I really love about this recipe is that it is so simple, yet it tastes like something that you would order at a restaurant. My family absolutely love this version of salmon. And when I made it the other night, my son was asking me for seconds, which makes me so happy because although I know he does love salmon, he especially loved this recipe. So I'm just gonna go ahead and season the other side. All right, so now that we have our salmon all nice and seasoned, I'm gonna go ahead and get working on our next components. Okay, so here I have 1/3 cup of mayo, and I have 3 minced garlic cloves. If you don't like it that garlicky, you could use like just 1 or 2, but we love garlic in this house. So I'm gonna go ahead and combine that together, and the mayo is gonna give it some creamy flavor, as well as help the breadcrumbs bind to the salmon. So go ahead and give that a good mix. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab our breadcrumbs. So here I have 3/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs. When it comes to breadcrumbs, I almost always use panko. It just has this really like light, crispy texture. And to that, I'm gonna add the zest of 1 lemon. And then I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of melted butter. And can you already imagine? It's gonna be crispy, buttery, lemony. The breadcrumbs alone is so delicious. I could literally just eat it on its own. But when you combine it with the salmon, the tender salmon, it's just gonna be like the perfect balance. So I'm also gonna season our breadcrumbs with some salt and pepper. So we're seasoning up every layer. Then go ahead and mix until everything is well combined. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and assemble our salmon. So now I'm gonna go ahead and spread our mayo evenly over the salmon. Mayo on salmon is such a delicious combo. I have this other recipe where I put mayo on top of the salmon and then I sprinkle it with Lipton onion soup mix. It's a recipe that my friend gave me and it's really delicious. If you want to check that out, you could probably find it in my short form videos, my shorts. It's funny because my older son says he doesn't like mayo, but I guess he loves the mayo in this recipe. And he also will eat mayo with like tuna salad or chicken salad sandwich. I guess it's the thought of mayo, but when it's mixed into something, it's delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and just place the breadcrumbs right on top of the salmon. Just go ahead and pack it on right on top. And when we bake this up in the oven, it's gonna get nice and toasty and oh so yummy. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab our broccoli. Okay, so for the broccoli, to make my life easier, I have a bag that's already been cut up into florets. You could also just cut up a head of broccoli if you like. So this is a 2-pound bag, but I'm gonna use about 1 pound of it for our side today. So I'm gonna use half this bag. All right, so that's about half the bag. And sometimes you'll get these like giant pieces. No need to grab a knife, just use your hands and pull them apart. And this is a very simple recipe. All we're going to do is season it with some salt and pepper, drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil, and you're good to go. And like I mentioned, this is my go-to side dish just because it's super easy. I mean, how easier can it get? You just throw everything on a sheet pan, pop it in the oven, and it comes out perfect every time. And also what's really great about this recipe is that I'm gonna cook this at the same time as the salmon. I'm gonna pop both of them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, and they'll be perfectly ready and delicious. Kitchen mishaps, it happens. So I went ahead and pulled it out of the oven. The salmon is perfectly cooked through and it's nice and crispy, and the broccoli is tender yet still kind of crispy as well. So I know a lot of us are gonna be cooking up a storm during this holiday season, but this is a great seafood option if your family loves seafood. I know my family, my kids love salmon, so I try to make something with salmon or shrimp, as well as like the meat during our holiday gatherings. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and dig right in. I'm gonna eat right from the pan here. I'm too lazy to go grab a plate, but after this, I'm gonna probably get a plate of this and have this for lunch. But anyways, let's go ahead and try it. Cheers, you guys. Perfection. The salmon is perfectly tender, has that creaminess from the mayo. The breadcrumbs are so buttery, lemony, garlicky. It's just the perfect balance. It's so good. You guys have to try this out. Let's go in for a piece of broccoli. Can't go wrong. It's just how I like it, crispy. Salt, pepper, olive oil, and you have perfection. It's so good. Perfect combo over here. Make sure to make this dish for your family. I'm sure they're going to love it. Anyways, thank you for spending time with me in my kitchen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you make this recipe. Please like, subscribe. That will definitely help me out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. I mean, I don't even know if I need a plate.